Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Zesty or Testy podcast. I am your host, Tessie McNasty. With me, as always, is Zesty Tito de la Pinga.
¿Qué pasó?
We always like to start this podcast off with a toast. And today we say, if liquor were a river. Oh, sorry. You cannot toast empty-handed. If liquor were a river and I were a duck, I would swim my way down and drink my way back up. But liquor is not a river, and I am not a duck. So let's drink these drinks, and let's get fucked up.
Oh,
Cheers.
I like that. Wait till you try it.
Yeah, it's very nice. It's vodka with a splash of
Ice.
ginger ale. Splash of ice.
Splash of ice.
The Mike Tyson, Jake Paul conference or like pre-fight thing got really weird. Did I send that to you?
You sent me some. No, you did. But then I've been hearing all this bullshit that it's going to be canceled. Is that just bullshit?
I haven't heard that it's been canceled.
Yeah, I've seen some TikToks out there with, why is it canceled? Why is it canceled? But I think it's just people making shit up.
I mean, they've already sold tickets to the arena, and those are like expensive ass tickets that I can't even afford. So I don't see how they could cancel it. They'd
No,
have
I
to
don't think
refund
so.
all that
I
shit.
didn't think so either, but when I saw that, I was like, nah, they've got to be fucking around. That must be publicity, you know?
But this was the shit that freaked me out the most.
One thing people don't know about you. I want to kiss Mike's big juicy lips.
Oh, yeah. Saw that.
He wanted to kiss me? He said he
Indeed.
He said he wanted to kiss you. That's so ironic that he said that because I saw a picture of him dancing at 16 doing a little dance on YouTube, and for some reason I had an erection.
Oh, yeah.
So that got weird.
Yeah, Mike, we love you, but don't say that shit again.
There's like an old video where somebody's like heckling him from the audience.
Dude, you're mean. You're tough. You're not P. Diddy, dude.
There's an old video where somebody's heckling Mike from the audience, and Mike goes off on him, and like one of the things he tells them is, "I'll fuck you till you love me." Do you remember that? Did you?
No.
You don't remember seeing that?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, Mike's got some prison issues.
No shit.
Mike did some time, and I'm pretty sure he's.
I saw a video. You know those Gen X videos that you see? It's like, don't fuck with the Gen X and all kinds of shit. And proud to say I'm a Gen X.
Me too.
And there was that one where Jake Paul is saying all kinds of shit about Mike Tyson, you know? And then this guy comes on TV and on the front of the camera and he says, hey, you know, I'm just going to lay it out there. If you're going to say any shit about Gen X, you got to be careful. But when you actually decide to pick on that one Gen X, like Mike Tyson,
The most Gen X-iest
Yeah.
of all the Gen X's.
he's like, dude, you're on your own, man. I mean, it was just a clever video, but it was hilarious because, dude, I don't care if Mike Tyson's 80, I still wouldn't say shit to him, you know. If he looks this good at almost 60, there's no way I would say shit to him at 80, you know.
So I want to go back to the whole Gen X thing because I've been seeing a lot of those too. Like fucking some kid randomly talk shit. Like, why aren't we talking shit about Gen X? And everybody goes, shh, they'll hear you.
Yeah.
Don't awaken Gen X. And there was one where it was like an elder millennial, and she goes, I rode the school bus with Gen X. They their hobby was making each other cry. And it reminded me because like this past St. Patrick's Day, you know, I came all decked out shit.
Yeah.
And then like I made sure my kids wore green, and then when they came home that day, I was like,
You smacked
so
him?
no, like were there a bunch of kids wearing green? Like no, most of them weren't. And like were they getting pinched? It's like no, they weren't getting pinched.
Oh, dude, we got it hard.
No,
man.
we did, but
Yeah.
like it goes back to the lady saying, you know, our hobby was making each other cry.
Yeah.
They don't do that shit in Ireland. They don't pinch each other if they don't wear green. That's some shit that we just made up ourselves because we're just like, what? You're not wearing green? Ooh! I would come home with bruises if I didn't wear green.
Well, the funniest thing was, and you remember this shit, you would go up to somebody, you would like from far away see that they weren't wearing green. And they may have been wearing green socks or green underwear or a green shirt underneath. But you would go first, pinch them, hurt them, and then they'd turn around and go, dude, but I'm wearing green socks. Should have worn them on the outside, dude.
Yeah.
You know, from far away I didn't know, and I'm not going to... It's one of those you know, when you live in a house by yourself, you're young, you're a girl, you have a shotgun, you shoot first and ask questions later.
Yes.
That was our rule growing up.
Pinch first.
You pinch
ask
first and you ask questions later, right?
But like the one kid that wouldn't wear green, like the first one would pinch him, and then like a mob would form around him. People are like reaching over to like fucking pinch.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or there was this one game that we used to play, and I don't know if you remember this. I just realized we lost our little ashtray. I'll go get it in a while. But anyway, where you would put your fingers together, your index fingers, and then somebody would have to like
thump you like really hard.
yeah, to try to separate your fingers.
Yeah.
And that would hurt like
Yeah.
a motherfucker.
Yeah.
But yet there we were. Or that one where you would like rub each other on. And
Did you ever open like the?
you'd end up with these scars right here on the top of your hand.
I don't remember that one, but we would take the little beans out of the mesquite trees. You get the little red ones and rub it on the concrete, and
Get
then
really hot
shit
and then burn
burns,
them. Yeah, hell yeah, dude. So, come to think of it, yeah, I guess that was what we were trying to do, make each other
Our
cry.
hobby was making each other cry.
Another one we used to do is we used to take, because back at our, and I never thought I'd admit this, but a lot of people got in trouble because at our private school we had orange trees.
You would pick them.
And, but instead of picking them, because it was like a sour orange, right?
You throw them at each other.
We throw them at each other, right? And I remember one time school ended and our principal said, "Don't do that." I didn't. But what we used to do when we were kids is we used to take the oranges
Yeah.
and then peel them. Take the orange peel, and remember how you could grab a rubber band, put it between two fingers, and do this?
You launched the orange peel.
So we'd launch the orange peel. Dude, you would leave welts on people. Just imagine somebody whipping you with leather. Mm-hmm. That's what the orange peel was like,
Yeah.
right? And so we would like toss them at people. Dude, I'd come inside with like a welt right here, and the teacher
That's
would ask,
dangerous.
"What happened?" I'm like, "I think it was a mosquito bite." But he never said anything, right?
No
Because
snitching.
if they found out that it was you were messing around with the oranges, you'd get in trouble. You're like,
No snitching.
I don't know what happened. What do I have something? And she's over here checking it, and it hurts like a motherfucker. But you don't want to say that it hurts because then she'll know what it is. I'm like, no, it itches a lot. Don't touch it. But yeah, so damn, I never thought about it, but yeah, I guess
Our
we
hobby
did.
was making each other cry. Mm-hmm. This has nothing to do with making each other cry, but there was a red roof inn like right next door to our elementary school, and then there was a fence, but you could reach through the fence and touch the red roof inn. So we would open up the wall and steal the wiring out of the red roof inn, and there was one kid that would weave them into bracelets, but you had to go get your own wiring. And you know the wiring's red and blue and yellow. It's pretty. So we were like yanking out fucking wires from the fucking
Red, yellow,
red roof,
green.
yellow.
Oh, so it's a
next
telephone
door.
lines, man.
Yeah, and then we'd give it to the girl, and the girl would weave us a bracelet, and we'd all like, "Oh, look at mine, look at mine." And then like the principal, like we had to have like a big conference at the cafeteria. The neighbors are complaining that you keep stealing their wiring from the next door. Please stop.
You're like, no, we didn't. But room number 72 had a phone call yesterday from his wife.
It's congratulations, it's a boy. Make it back home.
We took the call before we actually took the wiring. Yeah, dude. You know, the shit we would do when we were kids. It's amazing, man.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so every time I watch these videos, you know, somebody said recently, they're dangerous Gen Xers because it's a generation that grew up where there was
Supervision.
very little supervision from boomers, but also there's no
Consequences.
there's no video proof of any of the
All the
shit
shit
that
we
they
did,
did,
yeah.
right? Because there was no phones with cameras, with video cameras. So it's like, so this girl says, she's like, so when you're dealing with a millennial, just remember, it's one of the ones that survived. So it's the stronger ones.
But time that back to Mike Tyson. I believe since
can
Mike Tyson is the Gen Xiest of all the Gen Xers,
Yeah.
if Mike Tyson loses to Jake Paul, we have to disband Gen X and all join other generations. You can go join the boomers since you already act like a boomer,
I do.
and I will join the hated millennials that I've been making
which
fun
reminds
of.
me, Yacht Rock Radio started
I know. I knew that was going to come up eventually.
this weekend, man. Yacht Rock is officially on as of yesterday.
Hey, then it's summer.
It is summer.
Doesn't matter if the kids still have 1 week of school. It's officially summer. Oh, it's because it's Memorial Day weekend.
It is, man.
Yeah.
It goes from Memorial Day to Labor Day.
Yeah.
So, channel 17 on XM Radio, Yacht Rock Radio. you listen to it, think of me. And this is why my grill is uncovered, because I decided, fuck this heat warning shit. I'm grilling.
Tomorrow?
Yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Yeah, I did some grilling, man. But you know what? It was hot as fuck, right? But then I started grilling around 6:30 or 7.
Yeah.
And it was pretty windy. And I gotta tell you, man, it was an enjoyable evening.
Yeah.
It was really nice evening to be outdoors. So we sat here till about 8:30. My wife, the kids, myself, just kind of chilling. It was great.
As long as there's a breeze, it doesn't really matter. As long as there's shade and a breeze, it doesn't really matter how hot it gets.
So the sun was already on its way down. It was towards the front of the house. And we had just finished watering part of the yard. And, we had the fan on. There was a breeze. So
yeah,
it felt like it was probably 80 degrees. I'm pretty sure it was like 90, but the breeze helped
nice.
a lot. Yeah. So did a lot of work yesterday, dude. I mean,
everything looks nice. Everything's clean.
well, thank you. But there's so much other shit that we need to work on. So that'll be another time, people. One of these days, I'll turn the camera around and I'll show you guys once I finish my
The
yard.
tour of the Zesty or Testy studio.
That's right. Yeah, including the ambulance that comes by. We should go. We should go one day, take a drive, and say, "That's the ambulance that comes by or used to come by in the first 6 freaking months of our podcast."
So I know there's a fire station right there, but I don't know where the ambulance is coming from
I don't know.
because it's always going that way.
Good point, man. I don't know. You ask questions that I don't have answers to. Please stop. I got a pressure washer.
Okay.
I cleaned my floors, kind of, but then my wife decided to read pots and plants today.
And shake all the dirt all over the
Felt
nice.
like this was the place to do it.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Well, you got that pressure washer anyway." I'm like, "Yeah, that doesn't mean I'm gonna have to do it every weekend."
Do it over and over and over.
Yeah, I'm like, "You couldn't have done it right there. I mean, just sit right there and put it on,
the
do it on
dirt.
the grass,
Yeah.
But instead, now she opted that the table was a great place to just do it. Anyway, it is what it is. So what else is going on, man? Dude, 2 weeks, 3 weeks? How long had it been since we did one?
I don't know, brother. Every time I text you, like, we doing it? And you're like, no, I gotta drive to fucking Fort Worth. I got a concert.
No, I was in.
Congratulations on winning state championships. That's
Thank
pretty
you
badass.
so much, dude.
Yeah,
That
that's
was
crazy.
awesome. So I don't know if I told you, I don't go to her games. Mm-hmm. I drive there. I get to congratulate her afterwards. I get to see pictures, but I don't go to her games.
Is that because you're volunteering, or what do you do?
My kid and I are very much alike,
She doesn't like you watching her?
and we butt heads a lot.
Oh.
And she.
Are you always yelling shit out of the audience, like, kick it harder?
No. But
Sweep the leg.
I wish. Or maybe I do. But the point is, I saw a video. My life is about videos, guys. Whether it's TikTok or Instagram. But I saw one on Instagram recently, and it said, and this goes out for anybody who has kids that play any sport. It said, this one was specific to soccer, and it said, if you want to become a better soccer player, ride in the car with your dad after a game.
So you can chew you out on the ride
Oh,
home.
fuck yeah, dude. Because that's me. I love my wife, and she's probably going to get it, hear this. She doesn't watch our podcast, but this is the one that she's going to watch.
Or other people watch it and then tell her, you see what your husband said?
Did you hear what he said about you? So let me throw this out first. I love my wife. She loves our kids. She's a great mom. But because she's a great mom, she's a cheerleader to my kids.
Yeah.
And so, in my wife's eyes, after a game, she'll say, "Hey, so what happened today? You guys seem to have been a little off from your game, right? I mean, it seemed like, you guys had a it took a while for you guys to come together and, but eventually you guys did very well," which is, maybe it's the right thing to say, right?
Yeah.
I say the same thing.
Much harshly.
I just use different verbiage, right? And I use those words a little differently. Like, I'm like, my way of saying the same thing, like my wife says, "What happened to you guys today? You seemed a little off." Mm-hmm. Mine would come out like, "What the fuck were you guys thinking? Seriously, I mean, dude, you never could fucking control the ball, right?" And then my kid will say, well, what happened is so on and so forth. I'm like, I don't give a shit about so on and so forth. I'm talking about you, right? That's me. And so that's why I said, when I saw that video, it says, if you want to be a better player, ride in the car with your dad after a game, because your dad's going to not sugarcoat it. Mom's a great person to go to for her to make you feel better about your loss.
Yeah.
That's going to tell you suck. And what the fuck are you going to do to fix it, right? And so that being said, when I went to, she started playing soccer in middle school.
Yeah.
And the first two games the first game was like, what the fuck, man? I feel like you've been playing club 9 years. You start playing middle school soccer, and you suck ass. And so I was like, devastated.
Yeah.
And so we get in the car, and I'm not talking. She goes, well, are you going to say
Well,
anything,
let me
Dad?
have it.
She's like, are you going to say anything, Dad? I'm like, it's like unleashed. Okay, game 2. Same shit happens. Except this time, the difference is I up and left. Luckily, I had my own car because I got there a little late. I was like, I'm out of here. My wife got mad. She's like, where are you going? And I'm like, I'm leaving. I'm not going to put up with this shit.
So this is why you don't watch the game, so you don't chill out your kid on the drive home?
No, actually, because she asked me not to.
Huh?
So,
Got sick of the shit?
so
Like,
we
you
were
know what,
sitting-
Dad? Just don't come.
Yeah, that's exactly what she said. She goes, you stress me out. You make me nervous. You make me just, I don't know. I can't see to. I'm like, okay, perfect. I'll stop going to your games. But here's the deal. You better kick ass.
Yeah.
Because if I'm not there, there should be zero excuse as to why you're sucking wind out there.
Yeah.
And there may have been some truth to what she said.
She started getting better when you stopped watching?
So I stopped going, and then my wife's like, hey, so they won. This is middle school. She's like, they won 7-0. I'm like, oh, good for them. How'd your kid do? She goes, well, she scored all 7. It's like, oh, fuck, okay. That's good. But you know what? There's a lot of good little players on her middle school team. All those
good.
little girls, they gave it their all. They were small zone district champs also. So kudos to her school, her team. But yeah, I don't go to those games, dude.
So did you get to go to the championship game where she won state championship?
I was in the same city as her.
But
I
you
did
didn't
not
watch
go
the
to the game.
That's because that's how they won.
That's, yeah.
Because you weren't there.
And I'm okay with that. Because if I would have gone, then here's the problem, that my own kid fucked with my mind now.
Yeah.
And so now if I would have gone, they would have lost. I would have been,
It's my fault.
me.
Yeah.
It was
It's
me.
my fault.
Fucked up. Because she had a good first game, good second game. And then Sunday when they played, I was like, no, I'm going to stay behind, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys won the first, you won the second, you don't need me there.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, but I want you to go. I'm like, no, you don't want me there. And I'm pretty sure she hates the fact that she asked me and I said no, but I was like, no, I'm not going to go fuck it up.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
anywho,
the results are in the pudding. The proof's in the pudding.
it really is. So, thank you so much. These girls are freaking amazing. I will tell you, remember last time we talked about that club she was once in, Classics?
Bunch of assholes.
Yeah, a bunch of assholes. Well, we went to this new club, right?
Yeah.
And turns out that they were just as big of an asshole as the first club. And I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah.
I was fucking pissed at this club, right? We're no longer there. We left that club also. 1 year and we left.
Yeah.
At least we were at the other one 3 years, but this one, it took 1 year for them to just make us sick of them. I don't know. Look, I'm not going to go into detail. All I know is the club, the organization, seemed to have had some beef with our team and maybe our coach. Okay?
The club that your team was playing for had beef with its own team?
Yes.
And its own coach?
And its own coach.
That's weird.
Well, it's fucked up. But here's the deal, right? These girls, they first game they out of the season, they just could not get it together.
Yeah.
Second game, they did okay. Third game, I don't know that they won. And I even spoke to a friend of ours, and I said, dude, I may have made a mistake moving my kid over here, right? Because it was looking bad.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it's like third or fourth game, these girls just bring it together, and they're unstoppable. And they go to a tournament, they win the tournament. And they go this and go that. I mean, just fast forward the whole season, and they end up the season in first place.
Yeah.
So now they get, the last thing they have to do now is go to this tournament, win this tournament, take the state championship.
Yeah.
Right? And so they go to this tournament, and on that club, I'm gonna call them out, SA City. They sent out a message to some teams that were going to be competing in this tournament, another tournament, saying, best of luck to this team and their coach for this. Best of luck to this other team and their coach for going here. Best of luck to this other team and their coach for this weekend's tournament.
Every single team
except ours.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure how the other teams did, and they're all kids, and I hope they did well.
Sure.
Right? All I know is our team won.
Well,
our team won a state championship.
That's about nice.
You would think that at that point,
they would start hyping up our team.
The club would at least say, hey,
point to us and
congratulations.
say, look, come join our club because we got a state championship.
Dude, that's exactly
winner.
what I said. I'm like, that's perfect marketing for any club, right? It's like, hey, we've got this girls team that just went to a tournament and won the state, trophy.
Yeah.
I mean, other people might go, shit, maybe that's the club that I want to take my kid to, right?
Mm-hmm.
But instead, they don't.
Because they hate your coach?
Because I guess so, dude. But to me, that's petty because they're forgetting one thing. It's the kids.
Yeah.
This is about the kids.
It is. It always should be about the kids.
You have a problem with your staff, I understand. We all do. At one point or another, we all get frustrated. But at the end result for me is customers. The end result for this organization is their customers, which is their kids and the parents.
Yeah.
And so that was enough for us to say, fuck you.
So where are you going to be next year? You haven't found it yet?
Yeah, we do. But our legal team says we cannot yet say anything.
Okay.
So until Johnny Cochran tells me otherwise.
Isn't he dead? Until Johnny Cochran comes back from the grave?
Yeah, until then. What's the attorney from Seinfeld? Jackie Childs?
Yeah, he was a parody
Caramel?
of Johnny Cochran.
Chocolate? Nougat? I think we got a case.
Everything's got a rhyme.
Now, there's a team. All this team that was there were disappointed. The parents were upset at the outcome. And so most of it, not all of it, but I think most of it is moving over to Bernie.
Yeah.
And I guess that's where we'll be going.
Well, good. I mean, if a majority of your team is going that way, then, you'll still have a state winning team.
Yeah, well, that and, my kid has been in soccer, like I told you, years, just like your kids have been in sports, right? And volleyball and so on. And but this was the first time, I don't know if I've shared this with you, but this was the first time that my kid came up to my wife and said, Mom, I really like my team.
Nice.
And she's like, I feel like, this is how she described it. She goes, I feel like it's a jigsaw puzzle, and like
we all fit.
Like all the parts, all the pieces just came together with this team. And so
that's nice,
man. At that point, nice. It's like we were thinking, we're going to take her to another team, but I told her, I said, I don't want to. We don't want to separate her from her team. Man.
Yeah.
And so we're going to take an extra drive. 10 more minutes than what we used to before. We're going to be going to Bernie, but...
Yeah, Bernie's not that far.
Yeah.
A lot of good restaurants out there, too, so...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, have you gone to Hamby's in Bernie?
No, I've never heard of Hamby's in Bernie.
Hamby's, it's off the main street. They do smash burgers, dude. They use Angus beef, but it's a smash burger. I had the double meat. It's a small burger, but it truly, like the guy says, I saw it one time on a show, and the guy says, it's your plain... good American hamburger.
Yeah. So is the smash burger just like extra thin because they smash it down? Mm-hmm. So like Freddy's Custard makes like a smash burger, right? Mm-hmm. I hate Freddy's Custard's burgers. It's like the nastiest burgers. Maybe they just do it wrong. But
I've only had one of their burgers, and this was like 10 years ago from Freddy's. Dude, I can't tell you that I remember, but I remember Hamby's.
But Hamby's was good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, and order the double, dude. But,
yeah, because they're so thin.
Yeah. I mean, don't... Like my kid, I got my oldest one, the regular one. She loved it. My little one, I'm like, I'm going to get you the double. She's like, okay. Because I know my little one can eat. Right?
Yeah. Did she finish it?
Oh, absolutely. Because it's not a huge burger, dude.
Yeah.
It's a small burger.
Yeah.
It's the double meat, the American cheese. It's just good, old-fashioned American burger. That's what it is, dude. And they've got shoestring fries and good beer.
Hey, well, there you go.
They've
That's
got
all you need.
they've got a brewery in there, so
That's why I like Hat Creek. Have you ever been to Hat Creek? It's like a chain. It's like the food's not special, but they got beer on draft. So I'm like, I don't give a fuck what the food tastes like, and just have a couple good beers.
how is the food?
Food's good. It's like they're famous
I've never
for
been
their.
to it, but I've seen it.
So the burgers are okay, but they're famous for their hat sauce. So if you get it like with the hat sauce is like I don't know how to describe it, but it's like a little tangy. Maybe like Thousand Island dressing with like some shit in it. It makes the burger good in my opinion. And they've got some like other weird ones with like jalapenos and shit on it. I like those because I like it a little spicy.
Got
But I wouldn't like say, hey, you got to come here for the burgers. I would be like, hey, let's get a few beers and eat some burgers.
See, and I
know
would
what
tell
I'm
you
saying?
that about Hamby's.
Yeah.
I would tell you, dude, go there for both. Get yourself a burger, get yourself a beer.
Yeah, it don't matter what the burger tastes like.
So, thank you, Hamby's. Yesterday we went to go eat at a Mexican restaurant on the way out. I was grateful that my wife doesn't pay attention when she drives. So she drives into this restaurant parking lot, and there was a little kitten that had been he bit his 9 lives.
So is a dead cat in the parking lot?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it had just happened. It's pretty fresh.
So
But
you were the only one that noticed it?
yeah, so we get out of the parking lot, we go and we eat, and on the way out, my kid's walking out, and she's like, and she goes, "Oh no, no, no!" And she gets inside the car. I said, "Yeah, I was kind of hoping you didn't see it." My wife goes, "What?" I'm like, "The dead cat." She goes, "Yeah, but its insides were like coming out, Mom." I said, "No, its insides were out. They were already out, Mama." She goes, "I can't believe it." I said, "Mama ran it over." I said, "That's how the insides came out." And I was like, "Are you serious? Did I really?" I'm like, "Well, it was already dead." She goes, "But I was the one." I'm like, "No, I was just kidding with her. She didn't. It was already like that, but it was hilarious."
It would have ruined the meal if they had noticed it beforehand.
Well,
That cat probably escaped from the kitchen. That's probably what they were putting in the
that's what I,
smash
told, I
burgers.
tried to explain to my daughter. I said, that's how they make gatocoa. It's like barbacoa, but it purrs when you eat it. So you're making your taco, putting salsa, no? You get it close to your ear, and you're like, oh, must have been a fresh cat.
When I was young, there was like forever ago, like you. So I saw this little meme where it's like, you know, when you have to like put the age verification and you got to put your age in, it's like the selector and you got to go.
Fucking roulette, yeah.
But no, it's like the prices. You remember the price of ice reel where you go. That's what it's like. But no, when I was young, there was like geese in the neighbor's yard or some shit. I don't know if they fed them or what. But like my mom was backing out, and I was like, "Look out for the geese, Mom." And she looked in her rear view, and there was a bunch way back there. She's like, "I see them, I see them." But she didn't see the one that was like right behind her bumper. So like she keeps going back, and then pum 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 pum, honk honk honk. And she's like, "What's going on?" Like, I literally just told you, look out for the geese. And so then she drove off, and like we look at the rear view, and the geese like waddles off like this, like all chueco, and so I still make fun of her for that. We were talking about this weekend when she visited. I'm like, "You remember the goose?" "I remember the goose, man."
That's funny. I thought of your parents this weekend. I think it was yesterday or Friday. We were looking at some pictures.
Well, my parents came over for your barbecue.
No, it was pictures and video that were on my phone because my phone was connected to the TV.
Yeah.
And we came across a video of Ella and Lila dancing.
Oh.
And then
At the quince?
yeah, well, at Joe's little.
Oh,
celebration
okay.
at the lunch, but then your video came up with your mom dancing
And with me or?
with you,
Yeah.
and then of course you and Lila.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was awesome fun.
Yeah, they grow up too fast. My oldest is going to be graduating next year. I keep trying to talk to her about college, and she keeps telling me. And I'm like, fuck, kid. Like, college it's going to, like, it's a year away. If you're not planning now, like, where are you going to end up? I mean,
How soon did you plan for it?
so I always knew that I was going to go to UT because my parents both went to UT. So it was just kind of like determined that I was going to go to UT. So I did like a year in Corpus Christi A&M just to get some undergraduate. Actually, I did a year and a half. And then I transferred to UT. And then I applied to pharmacy school, which is apparently, like, at the time, it was the second rated pharmacy school in the country.
Yeah.
And so then, like, I walked
What year
in.
was that?
What year was it? 2003 is when I graduated college. So sometime before that.
Okay.
Like, 4 years before that, which would be 99. Okay, so 99. 99 UT was the second greatest pharmacy school in the country. So I was in the interview process with a bunch of kids, and I think it was like 500 students applying, like 125 got in, something like that. And like all the other kids were, so what other pharmacy schools did you apply to? And I'm like, oh, this. And they're like, bro, it's a significant chance that we're not going to get in. Like, you need to have a backup. I'm like, oh, I didn't know I was supposed to have a backup. So I went into the interview.
Yeah.
And the professor was like an old dude that he just started talking about football. And I don't watch sports at all. I'm like a big nerd. I don't watch sports. I don't know shit about football. But I had the best 45-minute conversation about football in my entire life. Because it was like, yeah, that dude's a badass. Oh, that coach made big mistakes that year. Man, I hate that guy.
And you just kind of go along
and
with it.
I just
You're
went
like,
along
yeah,
with the
dude,
thing.
Absolutely.
And our interview went long. And I came out, and the dude after me that was scheduled after me was like, what the hell did y'all talk about? You ate into 15 minutes of my interview time. And I'm like, we just talked about football.
Best of luck to you.
And I got in. Boom. So, ladies and gentlemen, fake it till you make it. That's the best advice that I can give you.
That's funny. Well, I was asking because maybe that's your kid. She's just kind of like, look, it's going to happen. Just
Yeah, I mean, worst comes to worst, she can go to UTSA and stay home a couple years.
Yeah.
Best comes to best, she finds the college of her dream and the career of her dream. And the
Does
problem
she,
is,
does she have something in mind?
she's got something in mind.
Okay.
The problem is she wants to play volleyball and have something in mind. And there's colleges that want her for volleyball, but they're all like weird ass little liberal arts colleges where she won't get a degree that she can make money on afterwards. And I'm like, you know, even with the scholarship, the volleyball scholarships, I'm not paying the extra money for you to go and get green hair and come back to me saying like fucking, you know, I got a education in gender studies and
Underwater basketball.
men are fucking oppressors.
With a minor in Viking studies.
Exactly, that one. And you can't get a job with it. She could be a barista at Starbucks. So, like, there is a degree that she's got in mind, but finding a college that also has a degree. So there's a friend of hers that graduated like a year ago, and she went to play volleyball at this place, a JUCO college in Abilene. And it has her degree, and it has volleyball. So her friend is trying to put in a good word for her coach, but like nothing has come out of that yet. And if nothing ever comes out of that, I don't know. But if something comes out of it, then like you said,
Yeah.
just let it happen. So I don't know.
I mean, I was just, every kid is different. I mean, we want them to, look, I'm just like you. I want my kid to start making a decision now, you know?
Yeah. So my other kid, my middle kid, she's been wanting to be a veterinarian since she was like a little kid.
See, that's my
She's got like a little fucking sign on her door that we bought her the vet set, and it came with a doctor, and then she had to write in her own name.
Yeah.
Vet clinic open for business. She, after school, she walks down the street to the vet clinic by her high school and volunteers to like shadow the veterinarian 2 days a week.
Oh,
She's been doing that for a while, and then like during the summer the problem is like they do all the pet surgeries in the morning, and like she's only there after school. So like when summer comes, she's like, I'm excited, I'll get there in the morning in the summer and I get to watch them cut the animals open.
Oh, that's cool.
They're dissecting pigs in her class, and she's like the head dissector in her fucking class.
Dude, that is so funny because they just did, they were dissecting something in her class.
Yeah.
My oldest kid, which, of course, you know, she's very close to your middle daughter. And same stuff, same thing. She, her friends were like, "Yeah, no,
they don't want to cut it.
You cut
and
it."
she's like, "Fuck
and
yeah."
she's not like, "Oh hell yeah!"
Here's
She
the
starts
brain.
trying to open
Here's the heart.
Well, that's what she was saying. She goes, she had to ask her teacher, "Hey, what can I use to like cut open this so I can get to the brain?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, and of course, my wife was like, "Don't tell me about that." And she's telling me she was so excited, not because she likes to like cut open little animals, but she's always had an interest in veterinary medicine.
She wants to be a vet too?
Yes, dude,
Nice.
since she was a kid, she's been talking about it.
Nice. And you know where my middle kid wants to go?
Huh.
Right here.
Oh, I know.
Right
That's
there?
where my kid wants to go to school.
Well, shit. Then
Yeah.
they'll be there at the same time then.
Yeah.
Because my kid doesn't have a backup plan. Just like me at UT, she's just going to show up and, like, if she gets in, she gets in. If she doesn't, it's like, oops.
Well,
Hopefully she can figure her way through a football conversation.
yeah. She might just have to go to Texas A&M, Palo Alto,
I
or
know.
Texas A&M Corpus before she can transfer over there, right? But look, at the end of the day, yeah, we all want our kids to, have start and finish their college degree, and
Yeah.
have something that's going to make them be successful.
Yes.
And have good
and
lives.
get them off our payroll so they can start paying their own shit.
Absolutely.
Because I'm hurting.
I'm with you.
I need my kids to pay for their own shit.
Well, that's like the biggest pay raise I got was when my kids got out of
Pre-K,
preschool. Preschool. I was like, or preschool or daycare, whatever you want to call it, right? I was like, what? You don't have to pay for that anymore.
That shit was
And then when my
expensive.
wife got a job working from home,
Yeah.
so now she could just go pick up the kids and bring them back. I'm like, yes. But since then, I'm like, come on.
Come on.
I was watching.
Graduate from college.
Hurry up. I was watching a video that said, and I'm pretty sure you feel the same way, but it was something like, it was, I can't remember who the actor was, but they're going through all these sheets of paper, and at the top, the caption said, every parent trying to figure out why this free, or what was supposed to be the free elective cost so much, and it's banned.
Yeah.
And they're going through all this paperwork. It's like, what the hell, man? That's how I was. I was like so excited for my kid to be in band, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, you need this much for this much for that.
Yeah,
this much
these
for
free
this and that.
electives are not free at all.
Yeah, dude. I'm like, so
Band camps come in summertime. My kid already did the mini band camp.
yeah.
And then, like, the 12-hour days are going to start pretty soon, too.
So mine did the mini band camp where I guess it's called the mini band camp, where they introduced the
Theme for the year.
the theme of the year and the incoming freshmen.
Yeah.
And now this week they have the mini camp. I guess it's this week or next week, and that's where they stay after school, and then the first week out of school they go for 1 week,
Yeah.
and then they take a break, and that's just so they can start practicing, I guess, the music.
Yeah.
Now you know what it's supposed to sound like. Now you know what you need to do.
Yeah.
Now have at it. Go out there, have fun for the next 3 weeks, or before we start summer camp.
Yeah.
But in those 3 weeks, we already showed you what the music is supposed to
You
sound like.
better know it by the time
So
you get
when
here.
you come back,
Yeah.
you better fucking know it, right?
So it's so weird that, like, football and band season start, like, as soon as the school year begins. So they have to already be perfect.
Yeah.
Like, during the summer, they get all the kinks out during the summer so they can, like, start playing for the first football game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Fucking hate band. My kid loves band, and I love that my kid loves band, but fuck.
I do too.
It's fucking-
I mean, I was in band,
Yeah.
so. But my wife asked the same thing. She said, how do they expect them to know all this stuff by the time school starts? I said, oh, they don't expect them to they're gonna know it.
Yeah.
I said, you're gonna practice it so much during the summer that by the time school starts, you're gonna be like, oh, I know my music.
Yeah.
And they might know probably 2 songs out of their whole show by memory. And sure enough, my wife was freaking out because she's like, oh, poor thing, she's gonna be out there. Look, dude, it was hot. She used to come home exhausted.
Yeah.
Because they go Monday through Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
They get 1 day off, and that's Sunday.
Yeah.
And then they're back at it.
Yeah.
But not once did we hear her complain.
No, because she loves it.
Yeah. I mean, and I was happy. So, and by the way, last week when I told you let's postpone the podcast, they had
symphony.
it was a concert, end of the year concert, what they call Yosa-Palooza from Yosa, right? And the concert itself was fantastic. Oh, here comes Old Faithful.
Hey,
But
come get on the podcast. That dude having the heart attack can wait.
here comes another one.
Oh shit, that's not a heart attack. That's a car accident right there.
Yeah.
They got 2 of them going.
Wait,
on.
here comes one. No, just kidding. No, man, the concert was beautiful, but the last performance they did was Ode to Joy, and man, I don't get emotional, but
You cried.
I didn't cry. He fucking called me out. But no, it was pretty awesome.
That is a weird thing. I didn't used to cry, and then like when my oldest was like a little baby, like any little thing, like a TV commercial would make me cry, or like stupid shit would make me cry. Like the end of Coco makes me cry.
You're watching TV, you're like, I fucking hate something. I hate orange juice. It's like, it's an orange juice commercial, I know.
Yeah. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
You gotta pretend like you're talking like they can't hear you. Hey Johnny, it's not on camera, Johnny.
Hey. Hey.
What do gay horses eat? Hey.
So where was I before I was rudely interrupted by this stupid microphone? I just realized that this microphone.
Oh, you cried
matches
at
my
Ode
beard.
to Joy.
Yeah, well, no, I mean it was just an emotional performance.
Because your kids are growing up, your kids
Yeah.
are excelling at growing up, and
Yep.
you're a proud father.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with liquid pride dripping out of your face.
Is that what it was?
It's just liquid pride. That's all it
okay.
is.
Yeah. I noticed my eyes were getting wet, but I had no. Oh, and then they got to perform at the state capitol this week.
That's awesome.
This week, yeah.
Yeah.
So it sounded awesome. So, all right. Look, folks, I know every time we
We're pausing for the calls already. Hold on, let me chug.
It's we spend an hour. This time we're gonna cut it short. Instead of an hour, we're gonna go an hour and 2 minutes. But right now we're gonna go ahead and pause for the calls. So with that, you know what happens then.
He stands up, he walks around, says, don't go away, don't go away. And he sticks his face in, makes one last joke, presses pause, and then boom, we're back to...
I'm not
right
gonna
here.
do that today.
You always say that you were not going to do it today.
But today I'm gonna really not do it.
Here, I'll do it. Don't go anywhere.
I was just kidding.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Do you ever sprinkle a little dirt under your pillow for the dirt man in case he comes to town?
You mean Sandman?
Do you ever sprinkle a little dirt under your pillow for the dirt man so he doesn't drag you down
No.
to his lair underneath the mountains, which is where he keeps his dirt?
The fuck are you talking about? Since have you been smoking? No, I was asking.
Under my pillow for the dirt man, in case he comes to town. What? Little dirt under my pillow for the dirt man,
Who's this?
so he
Some dude on TikTok.
won't take me down to his lair deep in the mountain.
Who sings this shit? This sounds good.
This dude. That's where he keeps his dirt. That's it.
No. So to answer your question, no.
Okay, you should. Because he'll drag you down to his lair
I'll do that next time.
deep beneath the mountains. Anyway,
Welcome back.
welcome back. to
You
the
didn't know we were
podcast.
coming?
We were just sprinkling dirt under our pillows for the dirt man. Thank you for this delicious vodka ginger.
Oh. And squirt.
Yeah, squirt.
I squirted in your
You
drink.
squirted in my drink. Well,
You're
it's
welcome.
delicious. I don't know what to tell you. You don't have a name for this?
Nah.
Zesty surprise.
That's what she said.
Zesty squirt.
Zesty squirt. I like that. A little ginger zesty squirt.
Little ginger zesty.
So what else is going on, man?
Life is good. Summer's almost here. Summer kind of sucks because, you know, at least during the school year, you know, I can depend on the buses to bring the kids home.
Yeah.
Summer, they're either going to be home or they're going to be needing a ride to band camp or Venom. Well, my oldest has a car now, so she can get herself to a lot of the stuff, but hopefully she can help me with the middle kid. 'Cause that's why I pay for her car. I told her, you know, the only reason you're getting this car is because I'm sick of being the taxi. You're going to be the taxi now.
Yeah.
But she always has shit that interferes with the other schedule, so I end up being the taxi anyway. I'm just a taxi for one less kid. But
Now she's gonna say, "Well, you want me to be a taxi? I'm gonna have to start charging like Uber does." You're like, "Oh, I'm gonna have to take your car away."
exactly, I'm gonna start using your card so I can Uber some motherfuckers and I can pay some of this shit.
Absolutely, man. We were supposed to teach my kid how to drive this summer.
Yeah?
I think that we're gonna do it. Dude, fucking kids driving scares the shit out of me. Like
It's not that bad. It's not that bad. See, here's the deal. Like, during COVID, I went out and, like, the roads were empty. So I illegally let my kids just, like, drive the streets of San Antonio while everybody else...
both of them.
Both of them.
Oh, nice, man.
Yeah, the little one, like, could barely see over the wheels. She was hitting curves everywhere. She still hits curves a little bit. She's
Wait,
got her
the little
permit
one?
now. The middle one.
Oh, I thought you said the little one, like.
No, not that little one.
Oh,
that
oh,
little one
shit.
has never drive before. Maybe, like, she sat in my lap one time and steered, but no.
Wow.
Like, during COVID, yeah, my older one and my middle one, you know, I'm like, fuck it, we're home. Nothing is happening. Nobody's on the road. Let's go drive around.
That makes sense, dude.
Yeah.
That's cool. I didn't think about it. We didn't do it. You know, because we're rule followers. We should stay indoors. We did.
That's your
But we
biggest
never
mistake.
did. We never did.
I know I saw you at HEB and you had glasses that were playing music, and you're like, look at my new glasses. They play
Oh, yeah.
music.
I still have them.
Yeah.
I was using them today. You know, I think whenever I wore a mask, it was mostly because the city required it.
Yeah.
I don't think I was ever scared of it.
Yeah.
Like, I was a little.
The problem is, dude, you got like the thick beard and you've never shaved it. And like that mask, even
Yeah.
if you wear the N95 with a beard, it like makes it useless. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, of course, the city mandates it, and you got to do it, and I have no choice. So, anywho, but yeah, no. So that's my next step, dude. I think I'm gonna start teaching my kid how to drive this summer.
That would be fun. Speaking of masks, I want to tell the story one time. I went to Target and I forgot my mask during COVID. And I walked in and like everyone's wearing the mask. I'm like, fuck, I forgot. And like it was about to close. So
Did
I couldn't-
everybody look at you like you were a fucking asshole?
No, but I went and the first thing I saw was like a brown paper towel thing. So I tore it off and just stuffed it into my glasses so it was hanging like this. And then everybody looked at me like I was an asshole because I walked around with the brown paper towel over my face.
So it's like
Well,
if you
I-
try to help them and yourself, you're an asshole. But without it, you were okay.
Yeah, nobody was looking at me without it, but as soon as I like tucked a paper towel into my mask so I could into my glasses so I could pretend like I had a mask, everybody was like,
I
Look at this
remember,
guy.
dude. I remember how many stores I fucking walked into, accidentally forgot my mask, and they're like, "Excuse me, sir, you need a mask." I'm like, and I go walking back to the car, and I'm like,
in the heat.
"Yes, I know."
It's like you get out of the air conditioned car, like fucking the heat hits you, you get to the door, you feel the air conditioner, and they're like, sir, you gotta go back, and then you walk
You
all
know,
the way back to the car.
my cousin's husband used to say, whenever he would see people in cars by
Wearing the
themselves,
masks by
wearing the mask, he goes, "It's those people. Those people are the reason why we need instructions on Pop-Tarts." I thought that was fucking
Where it
hilarious.
says, what are the instructions of the Pop-Tart? Put it in the toaster?
It's like remove from the film, right? And then put in toaster, and then you wait for the toaster, and then you got to be careful to like when you remove them.
And it won't be hot when you remove it.
I mean, it's so stupid that it's like you said. Those are the people they are the reason why we need instructions on Pop-Tarts, dude.
There was that reminds me of a pharmacy joke. This pharmacist is busy like trying to fill all these prescriptions, and the dude walks in and he goes, "You were very rude to my wife earlier." And he's like, "What are you talking about, sir?" He's like, "My wife tried to get this prescription and you said some very rude things to her." And he looks at it and he goes, "Oh, I remember your wife now. You see, the phone was ringing and there was a line of patients and they were all pissed off because they were all sick. And then your wife came up and she was complaining because it was taking too long. So we filled it real quick and we gave it to her. And I went to counsel it to her and it's suppositories. And I simply gave her the instructions for the suppositories." Stick it up your ass!
Is that what you're supposed to do?
Yeah.
Oh no, just kidding.
Well, you remove the film and then you stick it up your ass.
Then you bend over, and then you call Mike Tyson, and you ask him to help you with it.
All right, so I got another Mike Tyson joke. This is fucking.
Mike, it's him, not me.
He ain't got time to waste with this fucking tiny little podcast. So this dude had cauliflower.
Mr. Tyson.
Do you know what cauliflower ear is? Cauliflower ear.
No.
So like boxers, like when they get punched in the ear, like the liquid swells and then it gets hard. So like you could tell a motherfucker that's been in a bunch of fights because he's got cauliflower ear. The ear's like all hardened, it looks all like a fucking mutated ear.
Huh.
You never? Okay.
I've heard of it. I don't know what it looks like.
Okay. So this dude had cauliflower ear, and some other dude walked up to him and said, "How'd you get the cauliflower ear?" He's like, "Oh, Mike Tyson." He's like, "You were in a match with Mike Tyson?" And he's like, "No, I was a cellmate with Mike Tyson." He's like, "You were in a cellmate with Mike Tyson? Well, then how the fuck did you get cauliflower ear?" Mike Tyson said, "Hey man, get down on your knees and suck my dick." And I said, "No!" And he went boom, boom, boom. Anyway, it's a funnier joke if you know what cauliflower ear is. But
Well, now I do.
no, you do.
I wish I didn't.
I am looking forward to this fight. This is the most interesting thing that's going on
I
right
am
now.
too, dude. So, Mondo wants to come over.
Okay.
He wants to partake.
Let's do it.
And hopefully by then, I'll actually have time to go get my damn TV.
It won't be Mike Tyson versus the Smurfs.
It'll be just one Smurf. One Smurf, motherfucker. You know, we're complaining about how hot it is, and yet my dog is out there,
In the sunlight,
yeah, in the sunlight.
rolling around in the grass.
Yeah. I don't know what she's doing, but she's having a good time. Last time I did that, I remember. Oh, wait, no, I've never done that.
You know,
The catnip kicked in.
it's the dog.
The dog nip kicked in.
If I had to be an animal, I think I'd be a house cat because they just lay around and they get fed and then they lay around some more and then they get fed again. And like somebody tries to pet you, you go like, "Wah!" and scratch them and then you get fed again.
Yeah.
Cat's
Like,
got the
you-
best
you-
life.
Well, yeah, because look, a dog tries to bite somebody, and you get after the
They
dog.
put it down. They're like, we're taking you to the vet to get
a
put
cat
down.
scratches somebody, and it's like,
Oh,
it's
Friskies,
like,
I'm sorry.
Don't do that again.
Yeah,
Like the fucking cat understands. Yeah. Shut the fuck up.
exactly.
I'll do it again in 5 minutes to you. I hate cats. If I could, what animal would you be? Okay, so that's a good question. Anybody has any suggestions? What animal would you be and why?
A cat. 'Cause
Well, for you it's a cat. For me it's a crow.
what are you gonna do as
I've
a crow?
always said I would want to be a crow. Well, because you get to like fly everywhere, do whatever you want.
Flight's
right?
a good one.
But
Flight's a real
here's
good
the
one.
deal: a crow's not pretty enough to where people want to like fucking do anything to it. You know what I'm saying? Like an owl, people are like, you can't have any privacy because it's a fucking owl. You know?
Yeah, they think it's a witch or some shit. My dad would shoot at crows though. My dad used to go dove hunting, and like if no doves were around, he'd shoot at crows, and then the game warden would come, and he'd have to like kick the fucking crow into like a bush because
So what happened to that?
you're not supposed to shoot crows.
Well, that's why. See, that's why I would want to be a crow, because you're not supposed to shoot.
You're not supposed to.
Yeah,
that
but
doesn't stop people.
For the most part, people just leave them the fuck alone. You know?
Did you know you could train crows?
No.
If you sit there and like put crow food out, the crow will like start bringing you like shiny
Oh,
things like coins
I've
and
heard
rings
that.
and shit.
I've heard that they'll kind of pay back.
Yeah. If you make friends with a crow, they'll bring you shiny things as a present for
Yeah.
feeding them all the time. You should train a crow. We should have a crow on this podcast.
Put a little microphone on him. He's all like, is that the noise they make?
I have no idea what a crow
We
is.
just made up a little noise.
What does the fox say?
Anywho, dude, I keep drinking out of this fucking lid, and
Spilling everywhere?
no, it's just not coming out. There you go.
Not getting enough of the vodka?
There you go. I just wanted to taste this.
Crow's a good one because flight is awesome. I would love to be able to fly. But I
well-
still say cat because I'm a fat, lazy bastard.
Yeah, I mean, I would want to be able to fly and then not be fucked with.
Yeah.
And then occasionally shit on somebody's car.
You sold me. I want to be a crow now.
I mean, think about it. You go to the wash tub, right? And there's water there spilling, so you get to like ruffle your feathers in
In the
some
water.
water, right?
Somebody
And then-
just finishes cleaning his
And
car.
then you go up to the line, and you're just sitting there, and you're like, "Oh, that's a nice, pretty, shiny."
Exactly. And then the dude's like, God damn it.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, luckily you got a rain check. Come back tomorrow. So, but not a pigeon, not a dove, a crow.
Yeah, pigeons are like the rats of the avian world. Crows are badass.
I mean, crows, they've got a nice, shiny coat,
Yeah.
you know. And here's the thing. I happen to think they look pretty cool.
Yeah. No, I get you.
That would be me. I love bulls, but I wouldn't want to be a bull. I would want to be a crow.
See, I'm too much of a loner, and wolves are like a pack animal, and like the lone
No,
wolf-
bulls, not a
Oh, a
wolf.
bull.
Yeah.
Don't you have a bull tattooed on you?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're into the
I
toreador.
love bulls. I love bullfighting. I love everything about it. But no, I would want to be.
You'd rather be a crow than a
I
bull?
want to be a crow. Yeah.
You sold me on crows. I changed my answer to crows.
Yeah. All right.
We could be the crows from Dumbo, like talking shit. Fuck that elephant.
Yeah.
That elephant's got big ass ears.
That motherfucker don't know what you're talking about. I think so, dude.
Yeah.
I like that.
The black
The
crows.
crows.
Let's
start a group.
Nobody's ever thought of that concept before.
Nobody. In fact, you know what? No. We could shit on cars. See how many cars we shit
That's our
on.
next podcast. We're just gonna shit on cars.
Yes, and then we'll call ourselves the Counting Crows.
Hey, 1 car, 2 cars, 3 cars.
I mean, we should start our own band. Call it the Counting Crows.
I think we should do a podcast where we try to shit on cars and see how many we can get away with before we get arrested.
We could.
And then we'll be like, it's just for YouTube, man. It's a prank.
Yeah, dude, it's for TikTok. Before they ban it.
So TikTok actually filed a lawsuit against the United States government.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
We'll see what
We need
happens.
TikTok. TikTok cannot go away.
I like TikTok.
I do too. TikTok is the best thing that ever happened to us.
No, really.
Oh.
It makes us sit there and just fucking spend hours doing this instead
No, it doesn't.
of real world shit.
I don't just sit there. I walk around doing that.
Bumping into shit.
Um,
With that song I was playing, that was from TikTok. You were asking me, who is that? Just some fucker on TikTok. That's all it is.
oh, dude.
I just thought it was catchy.
Speaking of TikTok, I found this group. You may have heard of them. They're an American country group, but I don't think they sound too country. Sound more like Americana. It's called the Red Clay Strays.
No, I never
you heard 'em?
No.
Dude, check them out. Red Clay Strays.
They're on TikTok.
They're on TikTok, and then
YouTube,
I went
probably.
out to. We use one of the music subscription services, and we looked them up, and they were there. And I figured this is something.
Are you on Spotify?
No, I use Deezer.
What in the fuck is Deezer?
Yeah, don't you worry about it. It's very exclusive. You wouldn't know about it, dude.
It's like the Discover card.
We're the 1%ers. You know? It's carte blanche.
You still make
What was that
cards?
one card that back in the 70s and 80s? It was Diners Club.
Oh,
It's like Diners Club. It's like that shit doesn't exist. For all you
That's
people
how exclusive it is.
For all you people listening to, if you have your black card, your Amex black card, congratulations. If you have a Diners Club,
that's where the exclusivity
let
is.
me tell you, brother. If you still have a Diners Club, there's only 6 members on that thing.
And you're 5 of them?
VIP. Yeah, that's right. You can use it at every McDonald's. That's about it. But no, Red Clay Strays. I shared it with my wife. She looked them up. I'm pretty sure they're on Spotify. They're on Deezer.
Sure.
But they have great music, great voice,
Yeah.
great stuff. And they're going to be here in, I think they're going to be here in San Antonio.
Yeah.
At some place called the Boeing Center.
It's a pretty big arena. They must be.
Is one downtown?
Oh, I don't know. Is it a big arena?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I've never
It
even
sounds
heard
like if Boeing is sponsoring it, I'm assuming it's a
it's
big
called
arena.
the Boeing Arena at the Tech Center.
Okay. I don't know.
All I know is
Sometimes I just say shit. and then people correct me in the comments on the goddamn.
Sometimes he just says shit to sound like he's VIP and member of the Diners Club card. But he's not. Trust me, I know all the members because I'm all of the members. I'm the one and only all member. But no, yeah, dude, check them out, dude. If you have a chance,
Red Clay Strays. I'll check them out.
Red Clay Strays.
I'll check them out.
So if you're listening, Red Clay Strays, check them out. You'll like.
Ginny 6ix9ine never came out with another song.
You know, I don't know.
It's just that one.
What was it called?
I don't know.
The Chingona.
Some shit. La Ginny 6ix9ine de Riverside.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of so there was on TikTok, man, I'm telling you, do not get rid of TikTok.
Yeah.
We would not exist without it.
We wouldn't have anything to talk about on the
Yeah.
podcast.
Let's talk a little bit about TikTok. No, there was La Pulga del Alamo, dude, back in your hometown.
They have a TikTok?
La Pulga del Alamo?
The fucking flea market has a
Yes,
TikTok?
dude. It does, dude. Because there's a couple of guys that are like pretty big. They dance wearing heels.
The dudes wear heels.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's pretty impressive. Dude.
Are there boots with high heels or it's like girl high heels?
No girl high heels. dude. Yeah.
In Alamo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, and your people are very accepting of it. By the way, I like that shirt.
Oh, El Gringo.
We haven't talked about that.
I'm like a regular gringo, pero más chingón.
Pero más chingón, gringón.
Gringon.
He's not just a regular gringo, he's a gringón.
That's what I'm saying. I'm claiming it. I bought the damn t-shirt. I'm claiming it.
He's what El Guapo was talking about that are falling from the sky. What is it? Gringos falling from the sky?
That was a good movie.
Well,
You know what we need eventually?
For
You know what we need eventually on this fucking...
El Guapo?
We need to bring El Guapo back. No.
Okay.
We need like a little TV set where we can like react to shit. And like we can play the little clip from fucking Three Amigos and then like, look at this shit. Because, yeah,
I think so.
eventually.
Let's get a TV mounted back there.
Because I see like, there's so many YouTube react channels where they just react to shit. And I think you and I can react to shit better than these motherfuckers react to shit.
Yeah.
And then we don't need content because we're just reacting to other
Because
people's
it's
content.
a drunk reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're over there.
Anyway,
Oh, man.
sometime in the future, if you want to sponsor us for a fucking flat screen right here,
Yeah.
please let us know.
We don't need anything big.
In fact, it would need to be small because it would need to fit between us.
We need a 13-inch flat screen.
I'm sure they sell those. We could probably get one on Amazon.
For $12.
Yeah.
We could.
But I think, do you know who Sniper Wolf is?
Cool.
Sniper Wolf?
Nope.
She's a chick and like,
Oh, I was going to say it's a guy. Oh,
no, it's
oh.
a chick. And like her whole, she does other shit. Like
What about her hole?
She's a, well, you know, but like she used to be a gamer and she would just like stream her playing video games. But like most of her content now is just like she takes weird little TikToks and just reacts to them. And we could do that. We could just sit here and react to shit.
I like that.
I like that too. But you're more technologically advanced because you're the one that figured out how to put little images right here.
Shotgun,
And
baby.
I know, but
Shotgun, baby.
can you put a video, or can you just put
I
a
can
still
whatever
image?
the fuck I want.
You can
to.
put whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Well, let's start
If I
reacting
say
to shit.
so, I'm going to make it happen.
I'm gonna start.
I don't know.
Can I start sending you videos and then we react to them on the podcast and then you put them right here above your head,
Pretty sure I can try to figure it out.
or do you want to wait till we get a flat screen TV?
I say we get a flat.
Because then it's easier. Because then you don't have to edit.
Technically,
we
we could just put it right here.
we could just we could just put it right here and then we can react to it like in the mirror image. Yeah.
Just go, hey, checalo. Chequealo.
We just have to know how to cue shit up on the fucking. Well, fuck. We could just take my tablet and like put it right here.
Well, no. We mirror it.
What do you mean we mirror it? Because we could just set that up here and the reflection. See right there. And we just play like a little video and then like, look at that shit. That bitch fell down. Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
All right.
doable.
Next time, I'm going to queue up some fucking little videos that we can react to.
We can make it happen.
Okay.
Folks, if you're planning on leaving,
Oh,
you,
fuck,
don't-
it's already an hour? How did that fly by?
I don't know, man. Because it's been a while since we got together, man. We had a lot of shit to say.
Yeah.
But no, I wasn't going to say anything. Oh, did you want us to leave?
No.
Oh.
I don't want this to end, ever.
I don't want to live without your love. Oh, no, wrong song. I'm going to go back to listening to
Yacht Rock?
Yacht Rock. Anyway.
So what, for the people that don't know, what is Yacht Rock? It's just Michael McDonald over and over and over again.
He is,
80% of Yacht Rock.
well, him, Christopher Cross, what's this, 80s guy, oh man, I drew a blank on his name. Kenny Loggins.
Oh, yeah.
Kenny Loggins, Christopher Cross, and Michael McDonald are known as
The Yacht Rock trifecta.
the CEOs of Yacht Rock. And as they say, go ahead, unbutton that third button. No, what it is, so Yacht Rock is soft rock music that came out in the 70s, mid to late 70s and early 80s.
Yeah.
Right? And it was a lot of the music was very popular in the West Coast.
Yeah.
And so
People with boats would listen to that.
yeah, a lot of yuppie
Yeah.
type. And so you take that music, and now folks like myself, some boomers and some millennials are listening to it. Now,
You put your little kiddie pool in the
my-
lawn and pretend like you're on a yacht and listen to it.
oh yeah, and you listen to the channel and it says, "Why do you listen to Yacht Rock?" And a lot of people say it takes me back to memories and the beach and summers and all that stuff. Some guy says, listening to it just makes me feel like I'm at the beach feeling rich, right? And I have to agree with him. It's like it gives you a thought of just being out there on a yacht or boat, partying, having a good time with friends.
Salt
right?
breeze just blowing
Yeah,
past you.
yeah.
Do the
feeling-
voice again, unbutton the third button.
Go ahead, unbutton that third button.
So that's the voice I was trying to do when we did the Fancy Day
Oh, yeah,
podcast.
yeah.
But you wouldn't do the voice with me. You were just like,
Well, that's I just hear it from Yacht
the
Rock.
Yacht Rock.
It's like there's a guy that comes on, and every time, he'll say, like, he'll throw out little quotes, little stories, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, it's like wanting to sing a song and pretending like you know all the words to it, right? And then there was one where he says, looking at yourself in the mirror, it's like looking at yourself in the mirror and see if you can do this. And coincidentally, I did it, and then all of a sudden the guy comes back and he goes, "You're
tried
doing
it,
it
didn't you?"
now, aren't you?" And I was like, "Fuck!" And it got me, it got my wife, because as much as my wife complains about Yacht Rock. So here's the deal: I listen to Yacht Rock just before it kicks in during Memorial Day, Memorial Day through Labor Day. So I listened to it for 3.5 months, 4 months.
yeah.
But then I listened to Christmas music starting like
July,
early
August,
November,
yeah.
right through December. So I've got about 6 or 7 months of my year just between Yacht Rock and Christmas,
Yeah.
and the other 5 months it's whatever it is.
My middle kid will start listening to Christmas music in the middle of summer. So we'll be like in August, and she's like, "It's Christmas music time." And I'll do it for a little bit, and then I'm like burned out. And like, we can't do this anymore, we can't do this anymore. But like every time she gets in the car, she wants to hear Christmas music. Up until Christmas.
Yeah, well, that's me.
And then by Christmas, I'm like already pissed off at Christmas music.
No, I'm with you, man. Look, that's what Yacht Rock is. I listen to Yacht Rock. I listen to Christmas music. I happen to like Yacht Rock just like Christmas music. There are days where you have shit days, and Yacht Rock just makes me chill a little bit.
Pulls you out.
Yeah, it does.
Pulls you out of your
Yeah.
phone.
So anyway, that's why I like it. So,
What is your favorite Yacht Rock song?
Gosh, man.
Don't think, just say it. Don't think, just pick one.
Ride Like the Wind.
Can we close out with Ride Like the Wind?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let me see if I
Ride
can
Like
find
the
it.
Wind, Christopher Cross.
Are we going to get...
In fact, you know what? I know you said just say a song, but Sailing by Christopher Cross is...
No, we're doing Ride Like the Wind.
That's
We went to
Sailing by Christopher Cross is the one that exemplifies.
we went to
Where?
a sushi place, and like Sailing by Christopher Cross was like on repeat. And it was so fucking weird because like we heard it, like we walked in, like, oh yeah, we're in the mood, we'll order our food. It's like, oh, they're playing this again. Oh shit. Oh, they're still playing this song.
And
Oh
at the end,
fuck, we're paying the check. Goddamn. Is
like,
it on
I
repeat?
fucking hate this
Yeah,
song.
no shit. So anyway, let's
So, I think Ride Like the Wind is great, but I think look up Sailing.
no.
That's the one that I think says Yabra. Oh, there you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we can't play too much of this song because we'll be demonetized on YouTube, even though we don't make money on YouTube yet.
So we're gonna leave you with this.
We're gonna leave you with this. Happy Memorial Day.
or just Memorial Day.
Thank you,
Enjoy Memorial Day.
our servicemen and women who have sacrificed their life in this
We
country.
have, in the past.
We hold you in our memories. Thank you for protecting our freedom.
To the family. Yeah.
Thank you to the families that made the greatest sacrifice by sending your loved one overseas and they never came back. We love you, we respect you.
We honor you with Ride Like the Wind.
We honor you with Ride Like the Wind.
Salute.
Happy Memorial Day.
Adios, folks.
To make it to the border of Mexico.